Intelligently, become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable. African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
It's noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line.
Damn it! Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter? For the last time, anything you put on that prompter,
President Biden
will read.
Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. It may be funny, but it really isn't. Our economy's at stake here. And, I mean, this is just amazing what's going on. We're going to go into earnings season now. And this is going to be the real test. As we go into these earnings, our PE ratio right now in the S&P is about 15.8. All it has to do is drop to about 14.8, and the market could go all the way down to 2,800 from where we are today. So there's a lot at stake with these banks. And again, they're going to rig these numbers as hard as they can. They're going to take surplus, set aside. For example, they'll take, let's say they got $10 million and set aside for bad loans. And they're the only ones that are able to do this, by the way. And banks are allowed to take that money. And let's say they're supposed to have $2 million profit. And they got to set aside $5 million. And it didn't come in at $2 million. They projected $2 million, but it came only at $1 million. They can go in and take money from the set aside for bad loans and transfer it into the bottom line. Those are the games they play. But I think it's way too late. Okay, right now. So we just have to wait and see. So they'll start the banks on Thursday. That's going to be very, very important. You know, yesterday it was interesting. I'm listening to these people. It's driving me crazy. Listen to this.
You know, if you were to ask me, what do I think of the economy? I'd say we have a very strong economy. You know, unemployment is down. We've recovered all the jobs since lost in the pandemic.
Oh, give me a break. So yesterday I'm listening, having breakfast, and you know you just half listen to TVs in the background, and you know, I don't like these Sunday shows. They're all garbage, okay? Because the only one I like is Maria Baroma show, but all the others they're all full of crap. All of them. They're a PR department, you know, for the left. But I'm listening, and I couldn't help. All of a sudden, I'm hearing about how the 375,000 job numbers for June was fantastic, and it was like the biggest job number since the Last Supper. And they're, wow, look at this. They only expected 285,000 jobs. I'm listening to this, and they got 375,000. Everybody's on the panel. Yeah, this is Biden. He's doing a good job, all this stuff. And then I hear, and I didn't know if it was Juan Williams or who it was. All of a sudden I hear the unemployment rate was the same in June as it was in May, 3.6%. And then I hear, well, the labor participation rate in May was 6.23 and in June was lower. Now that caught my attention. I'm going, I said to my wife, I said, did he say that? Did he say that labor participation rate is lower in June than it was in May? And we double checked exactly what they said. I said, how can that be? If your labor participation rate, the amount of people who are participating in jobs, are lower. We have fewer people participating in jobs in June. Then how could we have an increase from 285 to 375? Well, I told you last week that very easy. All they do is they rig it through birth death metric system. That's one way. And the other way they rig it is they hide the unemployed under discouraged. And since 2008, and I tried to find a real accurate number. They're all over the place. But if you use a number anywhere between 7 and 10 million, 7 and 10 million people, you're going to be pretty accurate. In other words, those are the people they're hiding. They hide. They're saying they're not unemployed, but they're unemployed. They don't have a job, but they don't use that number. They use the number 650,000. And that's why the stock market, you got to remember, you got to forget all the noise. Stop listening to the noise, and you got to understand how the market works. Ever since the QE, there's no such thing as sitting there and making judgments whether you're going to buy a stock or not based on fundamentals. You know, I'm serious. There's no sense to make a decision on fundamentals. You know, book to sales and free cash flow and margins. Forget it. Here's what's going on. You have two groups of people in the stock market. Okay, three, but let's use these first two. You have the institutional investor. I talk about that all the time. Now, the institutional investor, the companies who invest a lot of money are insurance companies, hedge funds. They invest big in the stock market. Mutual fund companies invest big in the stock market. Now, the person that manages those who does the buying of the stock for the insurance company and the hedge funds are the investment firms, investment banks, investment management firms, they call them. BlackRock. So BlackRock will take care of an insurance company. Vanguard will take care of a hedge fund, and JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, maybe a mutual fund. So the idea is the retail customer is screwed. Nobody cares about the retail customer. And it's become, since 2008, 2009, just follow the money of the institutional investor. Where that money is going, you're going to know if the stock's going to go up or the stock's going to go down. Stop listening to this garbage they tell you every day. Okay, I know I pick on them, like Kramer. Like last week, he comes out with another stock. Yeah, I like Oak. I think Oak's great. Stay in Oak. Oak's great. Yeah, I know the CEO of Oak. I know him. Yeah, good friend of mine. I know him. Yeah, good man. Good man. Stay in there. Stay because he's a good man. And the guy's getting slaughtered. The market works with institutional money. That's it. The guy on Main Street, you do not participate. The guy on Main Street has been duped into these 401ks, which should be criminal. Nobody should be in a 401k. You should be in a pension. Congress should have make these 401ks outlawed, for God's sakes. They should make them outlawed. Outlaw them totally. They're dangerous. They're terrible. Especially when when the market is going down and you're not allowed to switch your position so you can make money on the way down. Who the hell wants to be in a 401k? A pension fund is different. And a pension fund, we got to go back to pension funds, where the company is responsible for hiring the best talent in the world to make sure that when you retire, you're going to have enough money. 401k, there is no responsibility for the employer to make sure you have enough money to retire. People just don't understand that. It's terrible. And that's why you got to take more responsibility yourself. And that's why, and I talk to you about it all the time, that's why I designed, and Steve designed, our color-coded chart. So all it does is follow the money. So if the hedge funds are pulling money out and mutual funds are pulling money out by way of BlackRock or Vanguard, you spot it. It says red. No other chart does that. You've got to do something. And this is crazy. We'll be right back after this break with a lot more.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Graney at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang free for 10 days. That's right, 10 days free. Learn how to use the color-coded chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell, and it tells you specifically where the money is going. Nobody else does that. My chart does. And during the 10 days, while you're using it to see if it's for real or not, you're going to learn a lot about how the market works. You're going to learn that the retail customer has nothing to do with the direction in which the market's going. I don't care how many shares you buy. It's all rigged between the institutional investor and the investment banker. The institutional investor are your insurance company, hedge funds, mutual funds, so forth. And those guys, the investment management firms, they take care of them. Like BlackRock, their job is to take care of the insurance companies. The same thing with JP Morgan, the mutual fund. They come first, and they screw the retail customer. Why do you think they tell you every day, buying a dip, buying a dip, buying a dip? You shouldn't be buying on the dip. That's ridiculous. People have been buying a dip, they've been getting killed. We're in, and I tell you this every day, we're in a downward trend of almost 190 days. We can't get out. And here's the real serious part. Your stock is going down 190 days. Now let's do an overlay on top of that. Your S&P is going down 190 days. The amount, so just think about that. Your stock's going down 190 days. Now put the pressure on top of that. You got the whole market going down 190 days. Then put on pressure on that less than 25% of the stocks, of the 500 stocks, S&P 500, are above its support. You can't get out of this downtrend until you get to 70% of the S&P 500 stocks above their support. We've been for nearly 190 days below support, yet they'll keep telling you how great the economy is, how great things are. Buy on the dip. What are you, nuts? When you're in a severe downtrend, do what we've been doing. We call it a swing trade. You're in a stock 4 or 5 days, and it's going to give it up because it can't make new highs. If you're going to Apple, give you an example. Everybody owns Apple, right? Everybody wants Apple. So people jump into Apple, think, oh boy, this is good. I'm going to make a lot of money. So they get into Apple thinking that the crash is over. Apple is a great buy at 130.71, and they're going to stay in it for the next year or so. They have no idea. It's going to come right back down. So what you do is you make sure that, like we did, you buy it around June 17th. It was around $130. And then Friday we got out was around $145. And that's probably about, 10% return. That's beautiful. But for people to think beyond that, to say, I'm going to stay in this stock. What are you, nuts? How are you going to make that stock go up? There's not enough money. There's not enough breath. If 70% of your stocks are not above its support, there's not enough stocks to push your stock up to maintain that stock going up. When you only have 25% of the 500 stocks above support, that's not enough firepower. But there's nothing wrong, because now what we're going to do is now it's going to fail. Just like it failed back here, we bought it on around May 25th. It was around 137. I think it was around $137, and then it went up to around 151. It was time for us to get out. We had another 10%, and then we shorted it. Then it went from 149 all the way back down to 130, and that was probably another 12%. 12%. So we caught 10% up, 12% down. And we're inside a channel, meaning a solid downtrend that you can't get out of. It's impossible unless there's only 3 ways to pull out. You got to have terrific earnings. Are you kidding me? What are you, nuts? Earnings? Where are you going to get those from? 2, capitulation, meaning that people have to just say, just like they did in 2008 and more recent, like they did 2020, March 2020, January to March 2020. Get me out. I don't care. Get me out at any price. Get me out. I'll lose money. I don't care. Just get me out. That's called fear. And as long as you watch that fear and that hits 40%, that means that the whole market, people are just going to say, get me out. I don't care how much money I lose. That's exactly what happened in 2008. That's exactly what happened in 2020, January to February. And then that's when the direction changes, because when everybody says, just get me out, and there's no sellers left, that's when the institutions come in and they start buying. They're not even close to doing that. But you're being told every day by these dopes, these con men, okay, to buy in a dip, buy in a dip. No. So it's just amazing to me, how they tell us how great things are. You hear she's saying how great the economy is? Where is she finding that? I'm so tired of hearing how strong the balance sheets are, how strong the consumer is, how much cash they have on their balance sheet, which is a bold-faced lie. None of that is true. Sure, for a short period of time they did, between March 2020 and March 2021 for 12 months. They had a lot of savings. First, they were sent home, told them, go home, don't work. Okay? And then that's when they came out with all the different programs, right? All the social programs, 5 of Biden's social programs. You know them all. And all those social programs, they were able to extract cash, and they were able to put about $12 trillion, $6 trillion in savings. But they weren't working. So they had all this cash. They weren't working, sitting at home, so they decided to spend it. So you had all this demand because they were spending it, but nobody was able to make the product to replace it. I'll explain more when I get back. Try it for 10 days free, philsgang.com. See at least how the market works. Understand it.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. Banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
PhilsGang.com is not the only way you can stay in touch with what we do throughout the day. With today's social media, you can stay up to date with Phil's Gang current events. You can find Phil's Gang on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and more. Phil's Gang radio show is broadcast live Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, Periscope, and, of course, YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Go to philsgang.com and find our social media buttons at the top left-hand corner of the site. philsgang.com and Phil's Gang social media, keeping you connected.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And at the end of the day, the consumer looks immensely strong, so much so that many people are willing to quit their jobs. They've got so much in savings.
Unbelievable. Let's straighten that out. First of all, the balance sheet they're talking about is not strong. Not at all. Not anymore. It used to be true for a very short period of time, from March 2020 to March 2021. Because during that time, remember what happened. They sent everybody home. That's when we had the pandemic hit. And remember, when that pandemic hit, we were already on economic life support called QE stimulus. So when the pandemic hit us, we've been on stimulus QE for 12 years. Remember, after that 2008 crash, which our owners decided not to fix the economy, but to prop the economy up. And why they wanted, and our owners wanted to use inflation to do it. It would, for them, it worked. Main Street wouldn't, but they would get very, very wealthy very quickly again. So our owners, remember what they did? When I say owners, I'm talking about the people who have an annual income of minimum $22 million. They have a net worth of $412 million. Those are we call our owners. Using QE, they intentionally created inflation to prop up the economy instead of fixing it. as a result of QE inflation that kept our insolvent country and banks solvent. Now think about it. For the government, inflation reduces the value of debt owed to China and other countries. A lot of inflation, that means the dollar goes down in value, and so doesn't the debt. They love it. They love it. Congress loves it. Pelosi loves it. For banks, inflation, you know what happens. Prices go up on food and everything else and goods. And that will create a demand for more credit, credit cards. So interest rates then go up. And then, of course, banks love that because they make more money. So for the government, for banks, it works wonderful inflation, and for the very, very wealthy because they're an asset class. These people don't make money on salary. They have assets. They have timberland and farmland and paints, arts, and all that. They make money. So you got to put this in perspective, what's going on here. So Main Street was duped into thinking with QE and with the Biden government's social programs, including all these forbearance programs where they didn't have to pay their mortgage, they didn't have to pay their rent, they just went home, didn't have to work, and the government was paying sending them checks, didn't have to worry about your mortgage payment due. They loved it. And then the big one was the child tax credit, where you're getting $300 a month for each one of your kids. They were loving this. But the problem was that came to an end in December 2021, the child tax credit. And finally, the 5 programs, the social programs, all came to an end. And that's when things really went bad. Because now the credit card debt is going through the roof. They haven't been back to work. Okay? Now they're behind in their auto loan. They're behind in their credit card loan. They're behind in their personal loans. See, they don't tell you that. They keep telling you how they have all this cash. Yes, for a very short period of time. Not now. Now they're dying. In fact, auto lenders are moving as fast as possible to repossess these cars. They don't want to get caught like in 2008. We have 8.8 million renters behind. 8.8 million renters behind. 60% of renters are 90 days behind. We have 2.2 million homeowners are 60 days behind on their mortgage. But they don't tell you that. They keep going back to over a year ago when they did have money. Now the consumer can't outmatch the inflation. Now you got the consumer with confidence, the lowest level ever. Inflation at a 40-year high. Now 85% of the population spend the money just on necessities. We have food insecurity. You know what's going on. So remember now, Biden, these programs, they're social programs that started on March 11, 2021. Remember, he got into office January 2021 when gasoline was $2.38. Now his programs, started from 3/11/2021 to the last program was 11/15/2021. All these social programs, including tax credit. Now, they all ended on December 31, 2021. It was over. Yes, they had $6 trillion in savings, but that's gone. No more forbearance. They got to make their payments. Spending, and here's the real damage. Spending went wild. So what happened is there's nobody working if everybody's buying a chair and now there's nobody working to reproduce the chairs to put it back in stock. The chairs that are left, there was a $100 chair, now selling at $800. That's the problem we are in today. Nobody's replacing the products. So gasoline prices from January 20th, 2021, Inauguration Day was $2.38. Russia, remember, didn't enter. When you hear him say how this is Putin's war, Putin's gasoline, Putin's all that fault. No. From January 2021, the inauguration gas was $2.38. When Russia entered Ukraine on February 24th, 2022, gasoline went up by 50%, $3.54. So gasoline, remember, was going up from $2.38 up to $3.54 starting from January 2021. It was going up every week from January 2021 to February 24th, 2022. Remember, he didn't jump into the war, Putin, until February 24th, 2022. So Biden is responsible for $2.38 to $3.54, 50% increase in gasoline. Now we got a real problem. The problem is that because we never put people back to work fast enough, we can't get demand down. And remember, there's so much demand for goods because there was so much money come from 5 social programs. You remember all these programs. I mean, they're pumping out money left and right. People are staying home. They didn't go to work. They got a check from the state. They got a check from the government. They got $300 per kid. Oh, my God, they're having a ball. And they're spending. But now we're in deep doo-doo because of it. It's over. It's over. Now we are in such trouble that the stock market has been going down for 6 months. When was the last time you saw the tech stocks go down for 6 months? You've never seen that, have you? The most the market went down was for 30 days, and that was on January 2020 to February 2020. 30 days. And then it took off and went up 125%. This time it's on its way down 190 days, not 30. And it's still going down 190 days. And if you don't know how to sell short, I don't know what you're going to do. And if everybody's sitting there and Kramer tells you, buy, where's the one? I don't know if we have that racked up. He's telling people last week, the stock, buy this stock, great stock. No. Go ahead and cut it.
I'm calling about One Oak, ticker symbol OKE. I wonder if I should just keep it for the long haul or take my profits.
Oh, no, keep it. I mean, look, I know I'm good friends. Well, it's been a long time now with Walter Hulse, who is a very important guy there. And Walt is one of the best people I've ever seen when it comes to oil and gas.
Oh, give me a break. There's no way to turn that stock around. And I'll explain why when I get back. And there's no way to turn a lot of stocks around.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, boydinvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
We are starting to see signs of slowing, but they're really just minor signs. We are...
They're just a minor sign. What is it with these people? Can't they read a chart? They can. But see, they're not going to tell you the truth. When you have the S&P underneath the 50 and 200-day moving average, and you got 25% of your stocks above the moving averages, you're in trouble. Rallies only occur when 70% of the 500 stocks are above their moving average. We're at 25%. How are you going to have a rally? Now we're going to earnings, and everything's going to be fantastic. They're going to tell everybody, oh, look, they beat. Everybody beat by a penny. Who got the penny? That's what I want to know. If you go back and look, when this market started to collapse, started to fall apart, January, February, March, April, that was all, and you can go look at any chart. And that's when it was over. The market started to collapse. And we can't recover from that collapse. Because we had the rally after, right? It went down, say it went down to the end of, say from January to the end of March, April, and then they had that big rally start, March, April. We went up 125%. And then it stopped. Why did it stop? Because remember, it was the tech stocks that have been driving this rally for 14 years. But when we finally had that COVID crash, if you want to call it, market dropped January, February, March, and then it started to rally back up because they went in and printed massive money, bought treasuries, dropped yields down from 200 basis points to 85 basis points. We went up 125%. Boom! We were down only 30 days, and the market captured the 30 days right back, right away. But then it stopped dead. It stopped dead in November of 2021. The NASDAQ stopped dead. And we have not made a new high since November of 2021. 2021. We're in July 2022, and the market's still going down since November of 2021. And yet these people come out and talk the way they're talking? What the hell chart are they looking at? They're not. They're just going to feed you full of crap. That's their job. The only time there was, they make it sound like everybody was doing so well during the pandemic. What are they talking about? Stimulus. Okay, stimulus doesn't mean your economy's doing well. Stimulus means your economy's in deep trouble. You need life support. And this market right now has been going straight down. They've tried 3 times to get out of this move on the way down. They tried to get out of this move on the way down. This 190 days we're in, 3 times they tried to stop it, and it's failed every time. Now they're going to say, oh, we got earnings starting. The banks are going to come out on Wednesday, Thursday. The banks are going to be terrific. No, they're not. The banks are in deep trouble. The only thing to save the banks from going down was the inflation created starting in 2009. But that screwed Main Street. Remember, the inflation took care of Pelosi and Congress and all the wealthy people in Congress. Inflation took care of the banks. Inflation, when prices went up, they loved it. They loved it. But it didn't do Main Street any good. And today's not doing Main Street any good. Main Street is getting really screwed. The only way you're going to make money in this market, again, is understanding that don't buy these stocks, Apple, Microsoft, any of the big tech stocks, when they tell you, buy them now, buy them now on the dip here, buy them on the dip. Not in that solid downtrend that we have. I mean, just put up the Qs. Put up the Qs. Take a look. I mean, I'm putting it up right here for you right now, the Qs. Look where the Qs started to collapse. Here it is, November 2020. That was the last high right there. When was the last time that you heard the NASDAQ going down from, let's say it was around 405 down to 270? That's a 33% in the NASDAQ that's been driving the stock market for 14 years. And how did they drive the stock market for 14 years? It's called inflation. The institutional investor didn't care about you. The investment management companies that go in, BlackRock and Vanguard and JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, who take care of the institutional investor, make sure they're always making money. They didn't care about you. CNBC didn't care about you. Fake Business Network, Fox didn't care about you. They're working with the institutional investor. They're working with the investment management firms. They're in bed together. Are you kidding? All they've been doing for all these times, just giving you this fake prosperity and hope and optimism through the garbage that they say. Like when Kramer comes out and says this garbage.
To me, we have the strongest economy.
This guy.
The economy is on fire.
I mean, and then you have this the recent.
I was just talking to a CEO of a big company and asking him, as I always do, talking to people, what do you think about the economy? And he said, the economy's strong.
How can the economy be strong when economic GDP growth came in negative? We now have 2 quarters. We had no growth. So how can you say it's strong? Because they repeat the lie over and over. That's why I beg you, join my gang for 10 days. Watch how we use our color-coded chart, because it follows the money. Who are we following? We're following the investment management firms. We're following also the institutions insurance, hedge funds. Where are they going? And you could see the other day how they were rotating out of oil. Remember I said to everybody, my gang members, let's rotate out of oil. That was a couple of weeks ago. I said, you watch, they're going to rotate out of oil. They're going to go after the tech stocks. Then they're going to go after the bank stocks going into earnings. And sure enough, we were dead on right. And so we shorted all our oil stocks. Beautiful. We caught them perfect. We caught our refiner MRO, one of our favorites. We caught that. We caught all our oil. And then we went in and we started to catch the tech stocks. They're the first ones that were going to go up. But they weren't going up as an investment. We were buying them as swing trades, 4 or 5 days. Turn around, go the other way with them because you're caught in downtrend channels. The consumer is so screwed right now. We think the electric car is going to save us? When you got 8.8 million renters behind, you got savings at a 10-year low. We got an inverted yield curve, and I'm going to listen to this idiot that says to us, she talked to a big guy, big company owner. He knows everything. He knows everything? Are you kidding? We got historic stock valuations. We got historic margin debt. We got historic corporate debt. We got historic equity withdrawals from homes and everything else. We got historic negative discretionary income. Let's just go buy an electric car and be okay. Look, if you follow the money, you're never going to be wrong. Right? Don't detectives do that? Follow the money. They always find who committed the crime by following the money. It's the same thing with the stock market. We make it too hard. Look, try it for 10 days. Just follow my charting for 10 days, the color-coded chart. And at the end of 10 days, if you think it doesn't work for you, fine. But at least during that 10 days, you're going to get an education you never got before. At the end of 10 days, I promise you're going to say, I never knew how that market worked. I never knew when yields did this, that's what happens. I never knew if this did that, what happens. At least you're going to have a better understanding of the market over 10 days. You're not going to pay for that. It's free. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Sign up.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.